Peace, family. This is your brother King Cam, and I want to talk about the latest news that was on social media in reference to our brother Jonathan Majors. You may know him for starring in the movie Creed 3 that just dropped about a week ago, family. And I first saw this on the Shade Room where they said he was arrested for assault. And what I wanted to make sure I said to the people was that we have to make sure that we do not fall for the narrative agenda and propaganda that spin in the media in reference to black people and specifically black men. I was at a community meeting a couple of weeks ago for gun violence, and a lot of black women were there because their sons were victims of gun violence. And one of the things that the mothers mentioned was the fact that the narrative that was always put out about their son was not the truth. And it got so deep in the meeting where she talked about how she was actually asked to be quiet and asked to be silent in reference to putting out the true narrative about her son, because her son would not receive true justice if she continued to push forward. So this is something that is real. So when you see me and other people talk about a war on black men, a war on black people, this stuff is actually really happening, and we see it in real time. So right here with Jonathan Majors, I want to pull this article up real quick. It shows you right here where it says that Jonathan Majors attorney says a video will prove his innocent in woman's alleged assault. And we're going to read just a little bit of it. It says Jonathan Majors says he's a victim of domestic violence allegations that led to his arrest in New York. And we're going to skip this. Whoop. They said they got a video that says he's innocent. Okay, cool. The New York Police Department confirmed to USA Today in a statement on Saturday that Majors, 33, was taken into custody after officers received a 911 call from a 30-year-old woman who said that she had been assaulted. The woman was taken to the hospital, the statement says. On Sunday, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office told USA Today Majors had been arraigned on multiple charges, including assault and aggravated harassment. In the complaint, the woman claimed she was struck with an open hand, causing a laceration behind her ear, and suffered bruising and pain when the defendant put his hand on her neck. Now, as you can see, black men, I'm talking to the men right now, we got to be careful, because there's always a successful black man with an upward trajectory, or even a black man as in legendary status, and then there's always women involved. There's always some woman involved to help with the downfall. And I'm not putting this on women. What I'm saying, as black men, we have to be careful. We have to really understand that there is a war against us, and that the narrative that's going to be pushed is that we're either physically violent towards black men, or we're towards black women, or we're sexually violent towards women. Either physically violent towards women or sexually violent towards women, because it's either sexual assault or physical assault that you see them using as a way to character assassinate black men in the media. Just a few weeks ago, we saw where they did the same thing with Michael Irvin. He was actually supposed to broadcast for the Super Bowl, but he was accused of sexual assault inside of a hotel lobby. Now, weeks later, when the video comes out, it shows you that Michael Irvin was completely innocent. But by this point, his character had already been assassinated. He had already been pulled from the Super Bowl. He already had different things going on in the background where his character had taken a hit. And instead of owning up to the fact that we are supposed to be a country where you're innocent until proven guilty, this is really a country where you are guilty until proven innocent. And as you can see here, I want to show in this other clip real quick, this other article real quick, where they have already pulled his endorsements of some of his ad deals off of his arrest, not off of his conviction, not off of his sentencing, but off of his arrest. They've already pulled some of his ads. So this is extremely important. U.S. Army halts Jonathan Majors ads following actor's arrest. So they don't even allow him the opportunity to be proven innocent or to proclaim his innocence, and then let the investigation play out before they start to enact consequences against you, family. So what I want us to do as a people, because we understand that there's a war for the minds of the people, and see, when the enemy is able to sway the minds of the people, then they can take influential, powerful, productive, impactful black images, and they can destroy them through character assassination, and then set up situations that they can do other things to them, and then it be justified in the face, in the eyes of the public, because they spun and created a narrative that had your mind thinking that this person was a poor character and wasn't a good person. So we have to be on point, on guard, do our own research, family, and make sure that we're not falling for propaganda, for narratives, and support black media who's able to put out a perspective that is balanced and not biased towards our people, family. So this is very important. What I want you to do is comment down below. Let me know what are your thoughts on this, but we got to be sharper than that. Don't let the shade room headlines and the mainstream media headlines throw you off and have you forming a narrative or opinion about your brother before there's actual facts that come out. He's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Let's stand on that. Let's not pass no judgment on our brother.